hey world, it's Paige. Welcome back to my channel, and I am joined by somebody very special.
Hi everybody, my name is Hana and I'm from the channel StoryNut.
We're here with a kind of fun announcement. I think it's fun personally, and that is we're going to be doing a book club because I am not a part of enough book clubs apparently.
So for some reason, despite knowing for years now that the Shadow and Bones TV show was coming out, I was so excited to see the little teaser and release date that was announced, and needed to talk to everyone I know about it, including of course Paige, and within an hour or so this book club came to life.
What's the name of this book club, you might ask? The Barnes Babes Book Club. And there is a reason for this name. It is because Ben Barnes was introduced to me through Prince Caspian, which was a revolutionary role, if I may say so. And like through the early 2000s, he was just fan cast for every YA series ever, especially on Tumblr. And I felt like for all of us, our dreams are finally coming true of seeing him on the screen portraying a dark YA character, specifically the Darkling in the Shadow and Bone series. So we decided to dedicate our reading to him. I am convinced that is the only reason Hana agreed to do this with me, was because he was cast as the Darkling, which, valid.
So, what is the Barnes Babes Book Club, you ask? It is a reread-along, for the most part, of the Grisha trilogy and other books in the Grishaverse.
The read-along / book club will be taking place from January to September. We will be taking a break in April in order to watch the show, and we'll have a live show dedicated to that instead of the books. And along the way, it won't just be me and Hana in this book club. We will be joined by friends that we have managed to bully into reading books with us. I already had one friend finish the entire trilogy before I even picked up the first book. It's great.
The Grisha trilogy is one of those very first YA fantasy series that I personally started reading right around the time after Twilight, I think. I don't quite remember. It's been so long. As much as I love this series, I don't remember anything. Like, it's kind of a blank slate in my mind.
I only read the original trilogy and the duology one time ever, and I remember preferring the duology, but who knows, that might change. The lives will be happening around the end of the month on my channel, Minimal Bookie. We just decided it would be easier to have everything happen in one place. But we did specifically create an Instagram called @BarnesBabesBookClub. Every time I say that, I'm just gonna laugh. Where we're gonna be sharing our thoughts as we do the reading throughout the month via Insta stories. We're each gonna have our own highlights, and we'll just be like making posts there. Any tweets we find funny about the Grishaverse we'll also share there too. It's just gonna be a place for everybody to gather until the live shows, basically. And like a place for me and Hana to be able to like share our thoughts and fangirl outside of like our regular social platforms.
In honor of this exciting announcement, I wanted to ask a few questions and kind of get us in the right headspace. So first thing I want to know, which is the question that everyone probably asks about this particular trilogy, Alina, the Darkling or Mal?
Okay, so Paige from the future here, because Paige from the past forgot to answer these questions, because who was ever prepared? I would choose probably Nikolai, even though he's not really a choice. I don't know, he's just really charming in a way neither of the other characters are. If I had to choose between Mal and the Darkling, I would choose the Darkling, because even though he's absolute trash, has no redeeming qualities. It's like that TikTok meme where it's like, if he's villain, why handsome? Sort of like you understand why somebody would potentially fall for this person who wants just wants power and wants you to have power. It makes sense. I get it.
So for me personally, I actually would say neither, and I would go with Nikolai. And I wish I had more substance to this answer than the fact that literally from the very first moment that we're introduced to his character in the books, I was just like, yes, I like you, you are my person, and that was it. I also wanted to know what kind of Grisha you would be if you could be a Grisha. I had to look up to remind myself of the different Grishas, but even before I did that, the answer that came to my mind was Heartrender, and I was like, what exactly do Heartrenders do? And then I looked it up, and they basically can kill you and stop your organs, and I was just like, this makes a lot of sense. Yes, I want to be a Heartrender.
I also had to search what the different kinds of Grisha were because it's been so long since I read it, and I'm torn between either being a tailor, because I just love the idea of being able to switch your appearance easily because I'm literally thinking about like changing my hair and it's gonna be a process, and I just wish I could just snap my fingers and suddenly my hair is a different color. But if I wasn't a tailor, I would be a fabricator or whatever like the right word is, jurist or something, because they get to change objects down to their fundamental matter, and also they can change plants and stuff, which would just be great to take care of these babies in my room.
And then the last thing I wanted to ask, because I think my answer is going to change as we reread, and that is, what is your favorite character that you remember from the book? Obviously, I mentioned Nikolai. He was one of my favorites. But I also remember really, really liking Zoya. So I'm hoping that that's still true.
I think I really enjoy Genya's, or is it Genya? I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. I remember having very strong emotions for that character, even from book 1. But I also really enjoyed Zoya, so it's funny that like both of the characters I thought of are side characters, because the side characters are definitely what I remember most about this series. Elena's Elena. Mal is white bread. He's Wonder Bread. I am sorry. I do not get it. Maybe I'll enjoy it more this time around because I enjoyed Peeta more when I reread The Hunger Games. Maybe in my older age. I don't know, but I just remember being very bored by him. So that's all for now. Our first live show we decided is going to be happening on January 31st. So tune in to see our thoughts. And we'll be reading Shadow and Bone, obviously the first book in the series. I know multiple friends who have already read this first book when they saw the little trailer for the series. So I already know who I'm going to be asking, because I just think it's fun like to gather like a different group of people that I normally don't talk about books with and see what's gonna happen, and I hope you guys find it fun too. Anyway, I am so excited to be doing this with Hana. We have very different opinions about certain things, so it'll be interesting to redo this with her specifically. I feel like this is gonna be a source of joy for us in 2021. If you were also just planning to reread these books, join us. There's gonna be 50,000 read-alongs for this, I know, but I'm just saying I'm gonna be introducing a bunch of people who do not do book 2, and I think that's gonna make it a little different from all the other things happening. See you in my next video whenever I get that up. Until then, stay safe. Okay, so I'm so excited. I just screamed at the camera.
No brain cells, no brain cells.